No model connects Dodge to its muscle car past like the Challenger. And while pony car rivals like the Chevy Camaro and Ford Mustang are generally faster and handle better, the Challenger still impresses as the better all-arounder with its comfortable ride, roomy interior, and still plenty of power to leave the stripes from a stoplight. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2015 Dodge Challenger. Now essentially the 2015 Challenger moves to a new body platform, but it's a mild change that only seasoned experts might notice. Front and rear ends get subtle revisions, and the coupe's dimensions change only enough to welcome a new supercharged V8 engine for the SRT model, an enhanced cooling system, and a new 8-speed automatic transmission. Now essentially the big news for 2015 is subtle revisions in exterior styling, a revised V8 engine that gets more power, and new safety features that are available, and a larger infotainment screen comes standard. And then also, what everybody loves is there's a new SRT Hellcat model that makes 707 horsepower, the most of any modern muscle car. Now as far as styling goes on the vehicle, I think they've done quite a great job in the styling area on the Challenger. It's still unmistakably a Challenger, and you can really tell that by the front end as well as the rear end. And then you get new LED tail lamps that are new for 2015. And then I think these 20-inch polished aluminum wheels look pretty handsome in my opinion, and they are pretty distinctive looking as well. Now ours is the SXT Plus model. It comes pretty well equipped inside. It's actually a pretty nice car, especially inside. And then here's the key fob design for the vehicle. You have your unlock, lock, and then to release your trunk, and then your panic button right here. Remote engine start is available. However, this is equipped with the 3.6 liter V6. Now it is a Phantom Black Tri-Coat Pearl exterior color. I love this exterior color of the Challenger. Then you have a full-on black leather interior. Power driver seat functions. Power lumbar as well. Now step-in height for the vehicle is generally low. It's not as low as some sports cars. As far as the step-in height goes, it's that of some actual sedans. Step-in height is fairly average, I have to say. It's not too high or too low. It's actually just right. Love the step-in height here. Now, as you can see, the cabin is really nicely updated. They finally got rid of that old Chrysler 2000s feel. It's a very nicely updated cabin here. And as you can see, you have the new infotainment screen, and then the new center stack layout. Also the new steering wheel. Love the new steering wheel of the Challenger. And then they also added much more high quality materials that the old Challenger was lacking. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And like I said, what you're hearing is that 3.6 liter V6. Now coming to your transmission, new for 2015, like I said, is an 8-speed automatic. You also do have manual shiftability. Putting the vehicle into reverse, this also displays your rear view camera with guidance lines. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards too. The driver and passenger window are fully automatic in the Challenger. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Of course, you do have heated exterior mirrors. I love this Phantom Black exterior color. It really looks good in the sunlight. Coming up to the front, you now have halogen projector beam headlights with LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals, and halogen projector beam fogs too. Very mean and aggressive looking, very distinctive as well. Now under the hood you will find a 3.6 liter V6 with variable valve timing, and expect EPA numbers of a very healthy 19 in the city and 30 on the highway, with great amounts of power at 305 horses with 268 pound-feet of torque. Now essentially, your optional powertrains are going to be a 5.7 liter V8, a 6.4 liter V8, and then a 6.2 liter V8 with a supercharger. Now the only powertrain that lacks a manual transmission is this standard 3.6 liter V6. You have to only get the 8-speed automatic if you want the V6. Now essentially also 3.6 liter is the most fuel efficient out of the bunch, but if you definitely want the most power out of the Challenger, you're definitely going to want to step up to that incredibly fast Hellcat model, which produces 707 horses. Now essentially, trims of the Challenger start at the SXT model that comes pretty well equipped with standard Bluetooth, the 3.6 liter V6 engine, and then also USB auxiliary jacks, and then full power accessories. Now that starts at $26,995. Then you have the SXT Plus, which starts at $29,995. The RT model, which starts at $31,495. The RT Plus, which starts at $34,495. And then the Scat Pack model, which starts at $37,495. The SRT 392, which starts at $44,995. And then finally, last but not least, the SRT Hellcat, which starts at $58,295. Now, competitors of the Challenger only has two real main competitors here, and that's in the muscle car class, and that of course is the Ford Mustang as well as the Chevrolet Camaro. Now these upgrades definitely do make the Challenger a much more compelling vehicle here. Now coming to the rear, you have the new LED tail lamps with LED turn signals, very tastefully done, dual exhaust tips and rear parking sensors as well, rear window defroster, and a little shark fin antenna on the top for a more premium presence. Love the rear end. And you also do have rear reflectors. Now, like I said, EPA estimates are very healthy, 19 in the city and 30 on the highway. Total vehicle price is $32,185. Power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, of course. Nice soft touch armrest with nice stitching. And then on the mid door panel as well, and the upper door panel too. And I'm going to go ahead and rev it up. Very nice. Now, as far as build quality and materials go inside of this vehicle here, I think that's where they really improved on the most in the Challenger. Is probably the build quality and the materials. Like I said, it's nice and soft to the touch on the upper door panel here, and then you have the nice stitching on the mid door panel, nice and soft to the touch. Up here, it's also nice and soft to the touch, but that's not the only thing that they improved on here. They also improved on the amount of features of the vehicle as well as the technology, and then the styling as well. That's where they really improved on the most inside of the Challenger here. But overall, build quality and materials are excellent inside of this vehicle. Now coming to the steering wheel design, love the new steering wheel design that's taken right off of other Chrysler models like the Jeep Grand Cherokee as well as the new Chrysler 200. Love this steering wheel design. Now coming over here, you have your steering wheel mounted audio controls, and it also is leather wrapped, of course, and it has a very thick steering wheel rim. And then over here you have your voice recognition as well as your Bluetooth. And then right over here is your cruise control buttons. And then these set of buttons right here will be for your safety technologies if you opt for them. And then you also do have paddle shifters on the steering wheel too. Now coming to your main controls here, you have your sport button right here, which is for your traction control. And then you have a little checkered flag that'll appear right up there. And then right here you have your Super Track Pack button, which I will get to in just a second. Your traction control off buttons right there. Your parking sensors button. Your back button. And then your tune knob. And then your volume knob. Coming down here you have your AC control buttons. Dual zone automatic climate control. Of course, rear window defroster, front window defroster. Your recycling, and then your AC. Coming down here you have your cup holders. I love this interior trim that goes throughout this part, and then also right here too. I love that this interior trim, very distinctive looking. Coming to your center consoles, also nice and padded and stitched. Down here is where you will find your SD card slot, USB port, auxiliary input, different media sources, and then your 12-volt power outlet. Fairly average center console, the amount of storage it has. Coming up here you have your auto dimming rearview mirror, and then garage home link, sunglass container, interior illumination lighting. Now coming to the seats, I love the seats. They're very large, very big, and very comfy. They're actually really great for long road trips. And then you also do have back seats back there which are actually usable, unlike how the Ford Mustang is. But these seats are very large, and then you have pretty nice amount of side bolstering, very comfy. Probably the most comfortable seats in the muscle car class here. Now also what I love about this cabin here is that it's also very roomy and airy feeling that some of the competitors lack. This is a very roomy cabin here, and that's always been a strength for the Challenger when it first came out. Now coming to the main head unit here, of course you have the Uconnect touchscreen interface. The responsiveness of the touchscreen is decent overall. It's very big and very clear and easy to read. You have your heated steering wheel, ventilated front seats, heated seats. Then coming to your climate, you can change your climate from here too. Like I said, it is dual zone. Change your fan speeds from here too. Coming to your phone, you have Bluetooth, of course. Hands-free calling. You can store your phone book on there. Coming to your different radio sources, AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, basic stuff there. Coming to your media sources, you have Bluetooth streaming audio, your SD card slot, auxiliary input, and then your USB. And then you also do have Uconnect apps. You also do have a Wi-Fi hotspot on this car too. You can access various apps through the Uconnect system, such as iHeartRadio, Pandora, and then you have your performance pages, Dodge Performance Control, and then your assistants. And then also you have your digital clock right there, and then your exterior temperature readout too. Overall, I love the interface, very big, clear, and easy to read, and then I love how it's facing more towards the driver to keep your eyes focused on the road. Now coming to your Super Track Pack button, this will actually display under the apps menu, and then it also shows your launch control, your performance control, and then you can activate the launch mode too. Cancel it. And then you have your launch RPM set up. You can also adjust that. Pretty cool. And then you have your drive mode set up right there. And it displays what current mode you're in, and then your engine, your transmission, the paddle shifters are on, and then the traction as well, if it's on sport or not. And as I press the sport button, everything changes, as you can see. Pretty cool. Now coming to the gauges, I love the gauges of the Challenger because they have a retro feel that goes back to the 70s, and it has a pretty modern feel with it too. And then coming to your TFT display on the center screen right there, basically that's going to show you your vehicle information, And then you could change many different settings for the vehicle. You have your screen setup, like the odometer, the current gear. And then it also displays your exterior temperature readout too. You can restore it to the defaults. You can hide or show. Now coming to the TFT display in the center screen right there, basically you can access many different vehicle settings. It's going to show you a various amount of vehicle information, such as your average fuel economy, and then you also do have your digital speedometer right there, and then your tire pressure monitoring, then your fuel economy data like your range, average MPG, and your current MPG. Then your trip odometer, of course, and then what media device you have connected or what radio station you're on, any stored messages you have on there, and you have your screen set up. And I love the TFT display. I love the rendering of it. Chrysler always does a good job with the rendering of their TFT displays. Now you also do have a premium Alpine audio sound system in this car. Now another nice feature you also do have is a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Very nice range of adjustment there. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the Challenger. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk space as well as the rear seat passenger space. Now to get into the rear seats, it's pretty easy. Just pull this up, and then you also do have manual recline too. Then also pull this up too. And then just hop right in. Easy as that. Now of course this isn't a family hauler here, so it's not as practical as those vehicles. However, compared to the Ford Mustang here, it's actually much more roomy back here and much more actually livable. I can actually be comfortable back here. And then you also do have dual map pockets too, rear air vents, and then cup holders with a rear center armrest too. The seats are very comfortable. It's actually doable, but this isn't the most practical vehicle if you're looking for a family vehicle, of course. But the fact that it has rear seats that actually people can fit in makes it that much more compelling of a vehicle. And it's actually really comfortable. Now, you do have, what I love about this car is that you have lots of shoulder room. However, the headroom is slightly tight. I'm about 5'11". It is a little tight back here, but overall, given as a whole, I expected it to be much more cramped, but this is very nice. Now the rear seats also do fold down to maximize cargo room, 60-40 split. Decent sized trunk. It's better than the Chevrolet Camaro and the Ford Mustang. Full manual passenger seat. Your glove box compartment, nice and damped. Lined with felt too, very high quality, and it is 2-leveled. Also do have your Challenger logo right there. Alright. So the 2015 Dodge Challenger keeps its classic lines while adding more power, better fuel efficiency, and enhanced technology. So remember that this is camera